Hey guys, John Engel here. Today we're going to do some maintenance on the Bentley. I'm really not looking forward to this. Okay, so I've had the Bentley for roughly 4 years now, and it's about time that I replace the batteries. Yes, I said that correctly. There are 2 of them in this car, and of course in true Bentley standard, it's not going to be as easy as just replacing a battery. So let's go ahead and start the process. I'm going to show you how to take the batteries out. I'm also going to give you all the tips and tricks that you need to know for doing it for the Bentley Continental GT. There are a few things that you want to make sure that you do. So let's get started. The very most important thing that we can do to replace the batteries in this car is make sure we have the trunk popped. Now, if your battery is completely dead and you cannot pop your trunk, you will have to go through the interior. There's an access port in the back there that you can kind of reach through, and you're going to reach for this little handle. Now, if you have the earlier models, I think that it's the glow-in-the-dark one. Later on, it's a pull tag, but you just basically got to pop your trunk that way. So that's the most important thing. The other things that we have to remember, it has auto-indexing windows, and when you disconnect the batteries, it kind of resets the system. So we need to make sure that our windows are all the way up so that when the system restarts, it understands that is completely up. The second thing is the steering has to be completely straight. Once again, it's part of the Bentley system, and when we disconnect all power to it, it's going to forget that position. Now, when we go and put the batteries back in, all types of things are supposed to go wrong with it, and little lights on the display about the air suspension and the steering and everything. And what you have to do is you have to drive it for about 5 minutes, just take it around, and everything should reset itself and clear. That at least is what we hope for. Okay, so there's a battery on the passenger side, which is right here, and then we're going to go to the driver's side next. But this one needs to be undone first, and it's the most simple of the 2 batteries. So all you do is turn these, which I think I already did. Yep, I already turned them. So then this folds down and you have access to your battery. Over here on the passenger side, we have the negative and we have the positive. We're going to totally disconnect this so that the whole thing comes out. And you can see that they've nicely put some stuff up here that's going to make it even more difficult. Over on the driver's side, it's the exact same thing. You turn these and then this panel will come out as well. Now, if you notice on this side, Bentley decided that they were going to add a whole bunch of stuff. Thank you, Bentley, for not making this as easy as possible. On this side, obviously, we're going to have to take our negative terminal off, and that's fairly simple. On this side, though, then we have to take off 1, 2, 3, 4. There's another one that actually holds it onto the post here. I'm going to get you up there so you can see it. So right here, we're going to have to take that one off. And I believe we have to take that one over there off. There's also this connector right there, which will come off as well. So, not as easy as just taking off a battery, but we're going to see how this works out. And we're back on the passenger side. This one for the negative is a 10mm socket, so this shouldn't be too tough. Now that it's loosened, it just comes right off, and we can put that to the side. All right, so this just snaps right off of the top. I don't know if there's another snap on the other side, and if this is bolted on any other way than here. So let's go ahead and take this off now. Let's see if we can get that. There we go. It just clips on, so just got to maneuver it a little bit. There we go. That'll keep it off of there for now. Also, when removing this, do not forget to take off the little overflow tube right here from the battery. We're going to take this bolt out, which is a 13mm bolt, which holds this railing that holds the battery in, and then we'll be able to remove the battery. This comes out very easily. There's the bolt for it. Now let's see if the battery comes out very easily. You do not want all your wires coming with you when you do this. One battery! Yay! We got a battery. And we're on to the driver's side. And the first thing that we have to do here is remove the negative. All right, negative removed. I'm not looking forward to taking all of this stuff off. The first thing that we can do is unplug this little guy. Yep, that comes off super easy. Good. I can tell you that those are not 10mm bolts. They are 13mm bolts. Now, you need to make sure that you do not get these out of order. Obviously, the small red one on the bottom, the two big ones in the middle, and then the black one on top. Seeing that we're talking about this, and I just don't want any problems, I'm going to mark this one with a little T on it so that I know it's the top big fat red one. I don't think that there would be a way to get those mixed up, but God forbid that there is. I'm not taking that chance on this car. All right, so bear with me. Before I take everything off there, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the top stuff. So up here at the top, you can see this has to come off because that's your post that holds everything to the battery. Other than that, this whole thing should kind of move out of the way. I might still have to take off this top black one so that it will move easier. I think I'm going to do that. So let's try that first. And once again, I think those are both 13s. Okay, that's off. That's off and out the way. So let's take off this one. Alright, so you can tell I did a little gash here and a little gash here. Nothing too major, but I'm starting to get blood on things, so time for a Band-Aid. Alright, so now that these are out, I think I can actually remove the battery. Now, just like over on the other side, there is a 13mm bolt down here. So to get this one, I'm thinking the big boy extension. With the 13mm socket over here, oh yeah. So I'm on it without even seeing it, all by feel. And once again, thank you to Bentley for making this the most difficult battery extraction of my life. Still, not the worst thing I've ever done, but all of this isn't really necessary. Could have done this a lot better, I think. Okay, so I think everything is out of the way so that I can get the battery out now, except, well, it moves. All right, so now that I'm trying to get it out, this wants to come off. And seeing that we've taken everything off of it, it comes right out. Well, that does make it a little easier. And then you can see back in here a little easier. Probably can get back to that bolt a little easier now. Well, that makes it great. Oh, I bet I could get this now. Oh, look at that. I bet that's going to make things a little easier. I probably should be able to... Oh, yeah. This is going to be great. Oh, geez. And this is what the aftermath of removing batteries from your Bentley looks like. 2 interstate batteries. I'm not sure. I'm positive these are not what they came with. However, these are probably what's going to go back in there. All right, so that's about it for doing a battery install on a Bentley Continental GT. I've got the batteries out. Doing the reverse will get you the batteries back in, so you put them back in, tighten everything up, take it for a drive, and we should be good. Hopefully this gave you a little insight on what it takes to change the batteries on your own Bentley Continental GT if you have one, or if you just want to make some crazy comments about how stupid Bentley was for making it so difficult to get to the batteries. Either way, I'm good with it. Make sure you like the video, make sure you share, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.